ESA Summer 2019 Slam Rancher 80% submission. Slam Rancher is a game about farming. You take your slimes, you bring them back to your ranch, you feed them. They give you food. Well, no, they don't give you food. You give them food. They give you plorts, which is essentially slime poop. If you sell the slime poop, you get money for it, and then you can use that money to farm more slimes. All of that in a speedrun doesn't really matter, because the requirements to finishing the game are just pretty much exclusively to reach a certain endgame area and up a number of Gordos along the way. Gordo slimes that's one of them, really large slimes that require a lot of food to be fed. But when they are fed, they explode, as you can see, and they have a slime key inside of them. Slime keys can be used to open slime doors. Slime doors allow you to access new areas. We don't actually need the slime keys to access the areas, because obviously, being speedrunners, we can sequence break, jump over them, do a bunch of fun things. But unfortunately, there is an hard-coded limit where you have to collect 5 slime keys and use them, otherwise the credits don't play. So we're forced to pop 5 Gordos, pick up 5 of their slime keys, and use them on these slime doors. So we have no need to do all the complex skills around those doors, even though they're totally possible. So right now we're going to the moss blanket, which is one of the 2 areas you can access with your first slime key. We're going here because we can very quickly get honey slimes and boom slimes. Those are rarer slimes, which means their plorts sell for a lot more than the pink slimes that you've seen along the way, for example, or really any other slimes. That's a gold slime. We have no time to talk about it, but it's rare, so if I needed it happen right now. What we will do is we will take plorts from the honey slimes. They drop 2 plorts because their favorite food is mint mangoes. So when I feed them mint mangoes, they drop twice the plorts. So we will take 4 plorts and we will take 4 boom slimes. And this means that we can create Largo slimes. Largo slimes happen when a slime of one variety eats a plort of a different variety. And they're essentially just hybrids of the 2 varieties. We need to watch out for that pink slime because we don't want him to create a Largo. So now we're farming our first bunch of money. We need some money because we need upgrades to our tank to carry more fruits, so that we don't need to take multiple trips to the Gordo slimes. But at the same time, we don't need much, just a very basic amount. So these 4 Largo slimes are going to be enough. The prices of the plorts are RNG. There's a whole basic set of rules that dictate how the prices work, but we don't really care for them. We just essentially we can't really manipulate it in a way that doesn't lose time, so we just take whatever the game gives us. In this case we had good prices, which is really nice, because it means that we can get another upgrade to our energy tank, which is not required, but does speed things up a bit. Saves like 10 seconds later on in the game, so that's really good. We will plant 2 Q-berries because soon we're going to pop the phosphor Gordo, whose favorite food is Q-berries, which means that we will need half the food which would otherwise be required to pop it. So here we can get our upgrades: jetpack, boots. Jetpacks obviously gives you the ability to hover. Dash boots give you faster sprinting, or rather you consume less energy while sprinting. And then energy tank gives you more energy, which is required to sprint. And tank upgrade lets you carry 30 of each item in your inventory instead of just the normal 20, or the base 20 rather. Which is actually really good for us, because Gordos, when you have their favorite food, they only take 25. They normally take 50. But yeah, since they only take 25, we can take 25 mangoes, 25 cuberries, and then we can pop the phosphor Gordo, which is down here, and later on the Oni Gordo in just one trip from our base, which is really handy and convenient. So I brought with me a rock slime down here, because we will need a rock plort to open the ancient gate later on. If it bothers eating, which sometimes it has some trouble, as you saw. Oh, that's a trick called slime jumping. You shoot the slimes and then you jump them. Very simple. Yeah, there is an ancient gate in the next area, for which... Oh, there are plorts here already. Okay. For which we need to put in 6 plorts of the common early game type of slimes. We need one plort from each slime, so we will need to take multiple trips to the gate. The route currently has it at just 2, which is honestly a miracle that it's possible to do it in only 2, because it's really a lot of clever coincidences that make it work out. But right now we will just take our first 3 plorts, phosphor, tabby and rock, to the gate. We can use the slime key we picked up from the phosphor Gordo to open this door. Once again, we can clip behind the ancient gate, but there is a check that if you don't open it, then the credits don't trigger. So even if we could clip and avoid doing this completely, we kinda have to. Okay, that snipe on that last plort, sometimes you miss it because it's not very easy. You're pretty far away, but hopefully you get it really fast and can look away and basically have the whole "cool guys don't look while walking away from explosions" thing. Except it's not an explosion, it's you shooting a plort. Whatever. Once we've put in those plorts, we head to the Honey Gordo, which is up there. We will do another slime jump here really quick. Once again, very simple. And with our mangoes, we will fit this Honey Gordo. Now, we've kind of run out of Gordos whose favorite food is... Oh, I should say, that's emergency returning. You can knock yourself out to warp yourself to your home. You don't save, you don't keep any of the items you have, any of the items you had, because you basically die, but you do get to basically fast travel back to your home. Now, as I was saying, we don't have any Gordos left that have their favorite food ready to go, because basically we have already fed the 2. We don't have the money. Crap. This might be ruined. This is ruined. Wait, okay, no, never mind. I will show you later that there are backups for almost anything. We can just pick up these plorts, sell them, and we have the money. This isn't optimal, obviously. I miscounted essentially. That's all that happened. It's not RNG. It's actually me just miscounting. So yeah, hopefully this doesn't happen. Whoopsie. But as you saw, you have backups for almost anything in this game. That's one of them. So you might wonder why we kept that one slime around while we tossed away everything else, and that's for the ancient gate, because we need to have... Whoops, messed up the slime jump here. we need to have at least 106 fruits in our inventory, because we need to feed 50 of them to one Gordo and then another 50 to another Gordo, because we don't have their favorite fruits. Which means that we only have very little left in our inventory. That basically requires... I can stop messing up this trick. I could be able to focus on talking. Okay. There it is. Yeah, we're skipping Slime Door by doing this, by the way. Just quick jetpacking over the mountains and across the ocean, nothing big. As I was saying, we need essentially 3 inventory slots to be kept open for fruits, because we need them for the Gordos. Which means we only have 1 inventory slot for the Ancient Gate Lords. But if we just carry this Honeyboom Gordo from our home, which we already have ready because we used it to farm, then we can just grab the red slime here. Where is it? Where is the red plot? Okay. It can get really messy. Oh no, where did it go? Oh no, it went over there. Get back. Good. So what I was saying is, yeah, we can essentially save 2 inventory slots for birds by just carrying this honeyboom slime with us instead. Since we can just carry it all the way to the gate and feed it there instead. So this basically allows us to clear the ancient gate, as well as both the Gordos that we still need to feed in one trip. So that's the honey plort, that's the boom plort, and that's all 6 plorts on the gate. So we will activate it. Where is my slime? Oh, I was going to show off a cool technique where you slime jump and basically sneak in that gap right there. It's not very difficult, but I lost my slime for some reason, so I won't get to show it right now, but I will show it at the marathon, obviously. It's not very difficult, it's really rare that you don't get it. Oh well. Yeah, you can basically snake in the door before it fully opens, which is fun. These are the ancient ruins, again, very late game area. I kind of messed up the movement here. If you get it very clean, it's like really cool. All of the jetpack and sprint management, but they messed it up, so none of that. This is the Quantum Gordo. It accepts fruit, but we don't have its favorite fruit, which are phase lemons, which we only are able to pick up in this area in the first place. So that's why we bring fruit from home. And then we need to feed 5 of those quantum slimes, because their teleporter to the next area only activates if you throw 5 quantum plorts in it, as you will see momentarily. So that's the 4th Gordo we've popped, so we only need 1 more, and 1 more slime key to complete all the requirements to see the credits. So we're using this slime key to access the teleporter, which is here. There are a few ways to do that section of shooting birds, but it's kind of like, if you're really good, like very high APM, you can do it a lot faster than I just showed, but it's difficult and risky, because if you miss it, then you have to go and retrieve your plort and shoot it again, so it's difficult. Here is the last Gordo. Once again, Dervish Gordo, Its favorite fruit are prickle pears, which you only find in the desert, so obviously to give it its favorite food we would need to come here and then go back and then come here again, which is slower. So we just bring 50 of other fruits and feed it. And that's all we will need. Last slime key grabbed from him. Last slime key used here, because after collecting the 5 slime keys, we still need to read a note, which is essentially, this game uses various notes to give you plot things, as well as mails. You might have noticed me checking the star mail while I was sleeping in between the farming sessions. Star mails are what actually trigger the credits. Once you read the right star mails, the credits trigger. But to receive those star mails in the first place, you need to use your slime keys and you need to reach this endgame area, which we're about to walk to. So we're going to read this note and emergency return back home. And then read a bunch of mail. And that will be the game. The sprinting works really well. You run out of energy with exactly 1 in that section if you do it properly, which is really cool. So now we go back here, we read the mail, and then mails come at a 24-hour interval, which means we have to sleep 1 full day and then 1 full day and then 1 full day as we read every mail. So this will last for like a few seconds, but you will see that the last mail will pop up at a fixed time, because it comes like 12 hours after the second last instead of 24. So you will notice different timing, and there it is. That's how you're able to tell. You need to quit, that's time, and that's the credits. Few more things to say. This community has been growing a lot recently. We've pushed the record down in the last months from over 16 minutes down to 14:33, which is incidentally held by me. But there are a lot of good players. There are a lot of new players as well. I'm sure that a lot of people would enjoy watching this. So yeah, it would mean a lot to the community if we could get it in a marathon, since it's never really been there yet. But this game is actually fairly popular amongst casuals. And since a few months ago, also amongst speedrunners, which is really cool. I think I covered everything, so thanks for watching. Hopefully see you in Sweden.